So it's a Friday night. What are you planning on doing? What are you planning on doing? What are you planning on
You are
doing?
now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 84, Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. I got the fucking garage door open. Well, it's about 2 panels open out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of 5. So it's 2/5 of the way open, and I'm sure this bird is gonna be doing something when I try to take the extra noise out of the fucking vocal track. But you know what, man? That's what we do here. We just do shit. You know what I mean? We just fucking run it. Run it. There's a car. There's the police. There's people yelling. There's dogs barking. That's what it is. If you're looking for something else, you're in the wrong fucking place. So, today, you know what today is. If you're listening, you definitely know what today is. Today's the Q&A. Well, this is it. Like it's some big thing. I just thought about it today. And these are in, I don't want to say no particular order. The fuck? Oh, apparently Instagram has changed somehow. It's changed some things. So we got a lot of questions, so let's get fucking to it. First question's from Pep. Graffiti versus street art. Well, I'm definitely graffiti. Now, if you're asking also my thoughts on both, or just like who would win in a fight, I think they both have their own lane, and I do think that the two overlap in certain areas, and but I personally, this is my personal opinion, I think the whole quote unquote street art thing is bad for graffiti, like actual illegal fucking graffiti. I think I don't want to say bad for it, because I shouldn't say bad for it, but I think it adds another layer of complexity to, what you're already doing. So if graffiti man A goes out and fucking does a throw up, blasts some shit and gets clipped, now he's in trouble for graffiti. But street artists with even like known, like people, like they know you, they know your name, go out and you do something of street art, non-commissioned, you do some graffiti, and in the name of artwork or whatever you want to say, and then it's celebrated, so it sends a mixed message, and I think ultimately, if you're doing illegal street art, you're fucking doing graffiti, and you should act as such and follow the rules of that. Whether you want to you're more of a fine arts graffiti artist kind of thing, I mean, whatever. But I do think that it kind of blurs a line, and so what's good for me isn't good for you. Like, on some yuppie shit. But the people not doing yuppie shit, it's frowned upon. So, and I think everything's got its place. Everything has its time to shine. Excuse me. So that's my thought about that. It must have lined these all up. Pep number 2. What the fuck is going on at CERN? Shit, I would like to know. And Jimmy the Ghost, we used to talk about that a lot. Not a lot, but we talked about all kinds of shit. Jimmy and I were like true chains, and I talked about a lot of conspiracy and aliens, such, and whatever. And we always talked about CERN, and he's explaining it to me. It's the Large Hadron Collider. It rapidly accelerates two particles or whatever and slams them into one another. And I understand that. Like, I understand it in its basic form. But what I don't understand is, how the fuck do you do that? How do you, like, is it a computer that grabs a molecule? Is it a fucking microscope? Is it, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? And if somebody is out there that's listening and can explain to me exactly how you take a fucking particle, which I don't even know how big that is. Like, how big is how many particles are in the ballpoint of a pen? Is it 1 million? You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. But I do like the theories around the CERN fucking creating the God particle and blending the two universes together, which is where it's speculated the Mandela effect comes from, is that these two universes kind of overlapped. But I also do like the Mandela effect conspiracy theory that it's for lack of a better term, the New World Order trying to see how much they can alter history by altering media. That's, I'm drinking sugar-free Gatorade also, so hopefully it'll cut down on me fucking belching in the fucking mic. What the fuck was I just saying? Damn, I took a drink and fucked me all up. Large Hadron Collider. What was I just saying? Does anyone fucking know what I was just talking about? Will you call me? tell me what the fuck I was just saying. Well, I don't. Anyway. Mandela effect. So what is an interesting theory is about how the push for media, all media, is going all digital. And when I heard that, and I heard the conspiracy about, they can alter media, which is fucking true. And so, but I mean, I guess you could do that about anything, Did they get rid of old style, carburetors because of, because of whatever? They were trying to erase the fact that, hear that shit? This is crazy. This isn't crazy. I gotta chill. This is what it's gonna be like. Limited trust. Yeah, that is an interesting theory. And, I think what they say is, the fuck is it? Luke, I am your father, or Luke, I'm your father, or all this, what it does say. And other people say, I got the VHS tape that says this. And I don't fucking, it's hard for me to believe anything anymore with the amount of crazy editing and shit I've seen. So, but I don't know. I want CERN explained to me. Pep, number 3. Did the Secret Service really kill JFK? I don't believe the Secret Service killed JFK. It would probably be more along the lines of the CIA, for various political reasons. If that was the case, I do kind of believe that Oswald was a patsy, that he maybe fired a shot, maybe he got it, maybe he caught a lick, but I don't believe he was. I do not believe that there was a one shooter. That's my opinion. And then just like the sketchy shit that happened like after with the body and being taken fucking weird places, and I don't know, there's a lot of weird shit involved in that. And I think there's still a reason why the documents are redacted all these years later, when they said like the amount of people who were involved in it are like fucking dead or dead is like, 80% of the people that were directly involved, or maybe even more. Aside from the viewers, like fucking television or whatever the fuck. So, I don't believe the Secret Service did. Whoops. Which one of your damaging fluids pairs best with salmon? I'm gonna say black, number 4. because it's just new and it's actually a bunch of different flavors all mixed together. So I'm going to say black number 4. Mac and Sleaze. Any thoughts on the 2023 228s label, man? My response to this in the comment section was, there's a 23 out? He said, yeah, just slowly started shipping last month. I haven't seen them, so if anyone's seen the 23 label, let me know. I was under the impression from my inside sources at the United States Postal Service that they were doing away with labels, which is why you see all the new boxes that are printed. They already have the to and from on them, which actually kind of does make sense in the sense that if you're writing on a fucking label, you can just write on a box. So I don't know. I'm not really sure about that, but I would like to see the 23. So if you got a picture of one or something, let me know. Send it over. My man Greasy J, he's a fucking real trooper. What's your personal favorite Scribe released? That's a tough question. Now, everyday carry would have to be the compact blacktop with an XL handle. That's my personal favorite everyday carry. But my personal favorite Scribe that we ever released has got to be the Pilot. It's just the fucking serious piece of fucking machinery. I love it. I'm gonna go with the Pilot. Oh, but I know that you have one of the triple barrel fucking Supreme jumbo Pilots, which people fucking still try to get, and they don't like it when I tell them how much it costs to get one made now if you want one. So I haven't made any more since. Farquad? I'm sorry if I fuck any of these names up. You motherfuckers be going in. Are drips an accessory to style or a style itself? That's a good question. I guess that all depends on the person. If the person is if that's their thing, then that's a style in its own, But if there's a guy who can do a clean ass fucking tag, or he can do a nasty drippy fucking tag, or he can kind of balance it between a clean tag with drips in the right places, like what fucking Sive was doing, then I would say that was so it can be both. Drips can be both. Mop water. Feelings on anti-style. I'm probably going to catch a little flack for this, but I enjoy it. And I know a lot of people don't, and they say like it gives the craft a bad name and shit, but the reason why I personally like it, dude, they need to shut these fucking dogs up. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there. Put that motherfucker back in the house, bitch. Listen to people yelling. Fucking shut your bitch ass up. Oh, I can see this turning into some sort of domestic disturbance on the street. People are yelling back and forth. I enjoy the anti-style. I do. And maybe it does is a black eye on the craft. But I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think people going out and doing their fucking thing is cool. And like E-Snore as Snore, we talked about him before. I fucking like what he does because he can rock too. He can fucking rock, but then he does like this other crazy shit. I don't know, maybe it's just for the camera. I don't know. But I like it. Ralph, does the color Newport taste like one? No, Newport's oily. It's got an oily taste to it. It does. It's got an oily connotation. What is that called? Anyway. Craig, is there a next step to Devastator as far as production goes? Is there new products you are interested in getting into? Is spray paint too far out of the question? Any other graffiti related steps in the future? I think you get the point. I do get the point. Shit. With the weekly meetings that I'm in, about furthering the business, and we were talking about our futures. And the person who I was talking about it with has got the plan, the drive, the fucking. It's like there's a goose going over, a fucking goose. What is it? And I could see that being a facility where making your own fucking spray paint and shit like that. And so for me, ultimately, that would be fucking tits. And no, it's not, definitely not out of the question. It's a big thing about capital fucking funding. And what I know from all the shops that I talk to, all the people that I deal with, is like the markup on spray paint isn't very much. So I don't really know if paint is like a big money maker. And I hate to say it like that and sound like very profit driven, but fucking when it's all said and done, I gotta fucking make something on this shit or else we can't keep rolling. So if the price was right to get the stuff made and not just getting blank cans, say, and then slapping a different label on them, so it's like the same as AA paint or whatever the fuck. I think that would be cool. New products that I'm interested in getting into. I would like to have an acrylic line of acrylic paints, Devastator acrylic paint. Look, I think they're fighting. I think those would be cool, with no promises being made. Like, these are for fucking artwork. These are for canvas. These are for, whatever. I would like to get into acrylics. I also have another idea that I toyed with in the past. I can't really talk about it right now because I don't think anyone's done it yet. But I'm gonna continue on that one. It's actually a little bit of a cheaper startup, so probably that. The next step to Devastator in general would just be getting the base bigger, man. Getting more eyes on the shit, getting more interest in it, and the base and the what's that called when we go the conversation? No, the interaction. The interaction with the base is usually what brings on the next idea or gives me the fuel for the next idea or whatever it is, and getting more eyes on everything, getting more talk is the next step. Kind of as the kids say, leveling up. Jacob. What the fuck is it? People are out there talking, man, shit, they're pissing me the fuck off. Will you ever play some of your old tracks on the pod? Maybe next time Dubs is in the house? Shit. I would really like to. The only thing is back in the fucking day, we were like just crazy on doing industry beats and shit. And I think a lot of the songs would get me flagged for copyright on the platforms or on some of the platforms because this goes out to so many platforms that it could be that could be bad. Now I do have a handful of original beats and shit like that, but the majority of old stuff is on other beats. What I have thought about doing is trying to clean up and re-release some of the old shit as best I can without the master files because I can't find all of them, and then I can't even be sure if any of them are saved, the masters anyway, because I didn't lose a computer, but I had a computer take a shit back in the day. And I did everything I physically could to fucking to save it, and they even like fucking put the drive in a fucking freezer and tried to do some weird shit to it. And I mean, maybe if I would have sent it to a lab or something, I could have got it. But at the time, I did everything I could to try to get all the files back. Because with what I know now about audio production, I would really like to revisit those old songs and see if I can like fucking clean them up and make them sound good. Because they kind of sound like shit. I mean, they're all right if you just had it on, and more listen to the fucking words. But what I'm thinking about is even just taking what I have so far and putting them on the Bandcamp and just dropping all the old shit and everything and letting you guys make fun of me from there. But kyleconway.bandcamp.com if you for other music if you haven't heard any of that. And then Dubs is what the fuck is his? Is bandcamp.com/Pierre Pierre Alexander, I believe, and he's got some fucking fire. Dubby's fucking nasty. Can we expect more clothing merchandise, hoodies, beanies, hats? You know, I would like to. I've always kind of thrown it around fucking in tees like beanies and shit like that, but I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Sometimes, you know what it is, and I know I complain. I don't complain. Well, yeah, I guess it's called complaining. I know I fucking talk about this a lot, but capital is a big thing, and uncertainty of a lot of things is another thing. So if, and this goes without saying, really, but if I order 50 fucking hats and sell 4 of them or 10 of them or something, and it doesn't pay for itself, I'm at a loss, and then I'm kind of just hanging on to these things, trying to get rid of them, and you know what I mean? And so a lot of times different types of clothing is more of a risk, which is kind of why I just stay with the tops, really. But yes, if somehow or another I manage to finesse some capital out of some shit, then yeah, we'll be rocking for sure. We'll be doing some other shit because I definitely want to. I mean, I think I aspire to be some sort of clothing designer in some form or fashion. So, you know what I mean. All right, what do we got here? Up top. What is your opinion on the use of graffiti in streetwear and fashion, specifically the marketing and designs of higher-end luxury brands? That whole baloney that happened with I don't even fucking remember who it was, where they used some of their shit on shit. You know, yeah, it's bullshit, but I mean, that's kind of a part of it, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I hate to take the side of anyone, but like when you're doing illegal shit, there's always the chance that someone's gonna take a picture of that and fucking and rock it. You know, if you got all your shit in order and you got a registered trademark or whatever the fuck that, you know, then I mean, then you got a leg to stand on. But do I agree with it? No. Is it morally right? Or no. Would I do that? Would I take old fucking, you know, whoever, anybody, you know, fucking anybody shit, someone that died or whatever, and then try to make whatever, anything? No. And I don't even think, I wouldn't even do a tribute like we talked about, a Bones tribute and shit. And I don't think that's my place, you know what I mean, for anybody. You know, if I wanted to do something for a personal, like a family member of mine or something, you know, and do like fucking whatever, that's one thing. But someone, like, it's hard to interfere with someone's legacy. So I don't know, maybe this isn't the right direction to go with this, but any kind of tributes, I think, are just like, unless that was your fucking homeboy, I don't know, maybe not. But also like the streetwear and this and that. I mean, streetwear and graffiti kind of go hand in hand. I would think that these streetwear people would have enough. I don't know. Like right now, if I wanted a fucking design, I'd put a post up that says, "Yo, someone with that nasty throw, fucking hook it up." Or someone with a hand style, hook it up, or, you know, whatever it is. And it would be there. And some of these have large followings, so I don't really see how they couldn't acquire. And I'm sure the rate, if to do it without any kind of issue and have a totally custom kind of piece, would be not nearly as much as they think it would be. if that makes sense, like fucking Hermes or fucking whoever, So I would say that the large companies, definitely, I think they should have an opportunity to fucking dip into the market. It's hot right now, A lot of people are in the market and it's hot. And but doing it the right way is what's important. Either hollering at, if the person's dead, hollering at their family, their estate, and working it out with them so they get a piece of something, piece of the fucking action or whatever, that would be the moral thing to do. Or just putting a call out for people, fucking, this is what we're looking for. What do you got? And I think you'd end up with a lot of cool shit, and maybe more than and then you won't know what to do with. It might be a hard selection on some shit. So I'm totally fine with it, really. Not exploiting it. I'm not okay with that. And doing it morally right, I don't think there's a problem with it. Same up top. Why is a Newport paint color not a permanent Devastator product? It's a bitch to make. I got to make two different things and then measure them out perfectly every single time. It's a bitch. And I like things that come back here and there, and there's other things that are never coming back again. People have these items, people have these colors. And it's part of the allure of Devastator is maybe Newport will come back. Fucking maybe it never will come back again. But I understand there's a few things that I would like to keep all the time. People want me to run the 237 and the Rust as permanent things, but I'm not really sure. I don't really know. I don't know. It all depends. Again, the allure of Devastator is nothing's permanent. Some things might last longer than others, but nothing's here forever, I don't think. And for one reason or the other, who knows? The standard colors might be here. I've talked about dropping the standard colors, the standard damage fluid. I've talked about getting rid of that. I've talked about fucking dropping everything down to like black, white, red, silver, or something like that for the total palette, violet. There's been all these different things. Yoki for real. What do you think about graffiti crews and being in one? Useful or useless? I'm totally fine with I fucking love crews and shit. I say that I am not in one, but also I think I'm in a fucking big one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like Devastator is a fucking big ass crew, man. And someone asked me, and I think I probably talked about this before. Someone asked me, "Yo, can I throw up Dev Team? Can I throw up this and that?" And I said, "Fuck yeah." I said, "You can always throw up Dev Team until you can't." You know what I mean? Like it's totally fine for anybody to fucking throw that shit up. But if you violate, then you're gonna be then you're out. You know what I mean? So it's a team, man. It's a collective. So I like to think that I'm a part of that. And then kind of our Rochester, our immediate locals. I always said that we're like a crew that's not a crew, and just like all the guys, like we'll just say Taro, Silo, True, Else, Days, Zappo, Late. We're all in. Everyone's got their own different thing. Like some of them might be in AAK, some of them might be in UTH, some of them are in UTH and AAK. And all these different things. But we're all together. We're like this, and we're all together. So we're like a crew that's not a crew. And some of them, like me, a True, like we're not with anyone. We're fucking on our own. But we're all rocking with that Devastator though. So you know what I mean. So I don't think they're useless at all. I think I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. a proper crew, if it's done properly, is a good thing. But sometimes I think like I have seen like power struggles and this weird shit going on, and then sometimes crews get just too big and it kind of waters down the whole thing. You know, like if you got a tight structure and you got like fucking, and you got, 12 members in the world, that's pretty exclusive and it sets the bar pretty high. But, if you're this other crew and you got 4,000 members, or, I'm just throwing a number out there, and just like fucking, and people are throwing it up on shit, but it's just like, I don't know. But you want it to be respected, and it is respected because there's strength in numbers. But if it started out as I don't fucking know. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's exactly what Devastator is, It's a big ass fucking crew that pretty much anyone can join until you fuck up. But then there's crews within Devastator. See, I think those are the exclusive ones. There's the DYC. There's the fucking Animal Pack. There's all these, there's subsets within this shit. And not everybody could be in the DYC. A lot of people don't even know what that is. So I'm all for the crews. Yoki for real. Question 2. When is the best time to do graffiti tags? Day or night? Well, that's a good question because it really depends. It depends a lot on your area, where you're at, and the set of balls you got, really. I'm totally fine with I've done most of my fucking graffiti shit in my short tenure here. Spent about 10 years in the day. Because I'm, I was never this crazy fucking highway dude, or never at all, really. But anything I did, I just did in the day. And I always just, how I've done a lot of things throughout my life, whether it be crime or just I always act like I'm supposed to be there. I always act like fucking, like I'm here and I'm supposed to be here and I'm fucking doing this. And I've never had a problem really anywhere. So I used to do a lot of my shit just in a day when I'm walking around fucking. And some people are afraid, but if you're going to get caught, you're going to get caught, whether it's day or night or whatever the fuck. Just got to have that fucking card on you that says you're not answering any questions. So really, I mean, it's typically graffiti is a sport of the night. Especially with high profile shit. But I've seen people blamming, so I don't know, man. It really all just depends. It depends. And a lot of it, I believe in luck. And a lot of it's just, you got to get lucky, you got to be on the block with the right people, or wherever, on the rooftop, on the fucking bridge, or wherever. You got to be there with the right people around, not around you, like your people, but like pedestrians, fucking civilians who don't really give a fuck enough to or aren't offended enough to do anything about it. The law, Johnny Law, has got to be kind of far away or not really give a fuck, depending on where you're at. I think Portland, they're fucking running wild, boy. There's got to be a lot of factors, and you just got to have a little bit of luck where, you're wrapping up just as Johnny Law rolls through or whatever the fuck. So that's what I feel about that. There's a time and a place for all that shit, and it's got to work properly. Let's see what we got here. My mama, she said, "What city is Devastator most popular?" That is a fucking excellent question, Ma. An even more excellent question is, when the fuck are you going to come and sit down on the other side of this table here and talk and smoke a million cigarettes and relax with me for an hour? But metrics wise, I've done, I keep an eye on the statistics, all the stats here and there. And city wise, probably New York City, closely followed by LA, and that fluctuates. But I do know that I send more shit to California, I think, than anywhere. Between Portland goes fucking hard, and California in general goes hard as fuck. There's fucking California rocks with fucking Devastator fucking hard, and I fuck with that because we're definitely New York as they come. Yeah, I'm gonna say, and actually I do think on the metrics, if I pull it up, it's New York City, Los Angeles, and then Rochester. So, and fucking, dude, those are fucking, what are they, the two biggest cities in the fucking country? It's hard to compete with, you know? So for Rochester to come in a third, you know, as it fucking should be, you know, you should be rocking with the fucking, you know, so that's what, and also where the fuck else do I send a lot of shit? I'm trying to think of where, you know, it's kind of fucked up that since I started printing postage, I'm a little more out of touch. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you know, that's what I could look at. We'll look at that real quick. Let me pull that shit up. Since I'm not handwriting every fucking package, I'm like slightly out of touch with the geographical part of it. But good thing this fucking shipping platform, they are right on top of that. So reports, this will tell me, and this is only since I started doing this. So this is only since I started printing my own postage. There we are. Okay, average. Recipient zones, top states. Well, I guess it's states. California. 26% of all the packages I shipped go to California. 13% to New York. 6% to Washington. Well, 5% to Illinois. 3% to Texas. So those are the top 5 states in recipient zones. Countries, Canada. Out of international, Canada takes up 46%. Australia's 13%, Germany's 13%, Spain is 6%, the UK is 6%. So that kind of touched a little bit on that there. And recipient zones for shipping, that must be fucking zone 8. That's got to be California. That's probably what that means. Yeah. And that's only out of that's out of 370 packages. So I believe that with those numbers, you could fucking, I mean, they're probably pretty close to lifetime as far as like if you broke it down and said like, you know, this is this or that is that. And for the final question. Oh, I lost the fucking thing. Emma, my sister. Why is your logo a picture of my dog? Weird. With a picture of her dog. And these 2 questions from my mother and my sister were on Facebook. So go to the Facebook. If you're on the Devastator Facebook, go there and say hi to my mom and my sister. And why, Emma? Because I fucking do what I want. That's why. I had your dog tattooed on my arm probably when you were like fucking 6 years old, I bet. This is... How long have I had this? Nah, you weren't 6. You were probably 10, though. That's why. You do dude, their dog, my sister and her husband, their dog, look, it's just like fucking... just like the dog, the Devastator dog, except for now, the fucking dog is like 170 pounds. I don't know. He's got to be over 6 feet tall on his hind legs. it's the biggest animal I've ever seen. That's not a fucking zoo animal or a farm animal. The biggest domestic animal I've ever fucking seen. It's a Great Bernard, and I keep saying these two, Great Bernard and Saint Dane, in hopes that they'll catch on, but they haven't caught on yet. But I'm gonna keep pushing it because everyone knows how I like my fucking names. So that's I'm gonna go and look real quick just back at the questions and see if anyone fucking snuck in there. No. So that being said, that's it for the Q&A, and I don't really have anything else going on. So send me some fucking pictures of your Devastator shit. Send me some videos. Fucking share, like, and subscribe. You know, whatever the fuck. And I just want to shout out everybody who fucking who sent questions in. I love you guys. I appreciate it. I hope I didn't miss anyone. I looked through pretty good. And we'll have to do this again soon. Shit, maybe we could do it once a month and just see what what the fuck happens. Maybe the first Friday of every month we'll do a Q&A. Maybe. I don't know. I say all this shit, but then it's just like another thing I got to keep up with. But maybe once a month. Maybe we can narrow me down to once a month, and I can fucking... And you can ask me anything. As you can see, you can ask me fucking whatever you want. Like, how much drugs have you done? Did you ever fucking shoot heroin in your neck? You can ask me anything, and I'll answer you to the best of my ability. Like I said before, I think I said last week, as long as I'm not incriminating myself or anyone else by things that I can still go to jail for, which I don't think I can. I don't think I've done anything yet recently that's fucking a jailable offense. Even though I would have liked to, that fucking cocksucker Tom Otterness. Message him, tell him I said he could suck my dick. Bitch ass, fucking coward ass bitch. Fucking, how you gonna get a dog? How you gonna adopt a dog? Adopt a fucking dog from my animal shelter. Tie it to a stake in front of a camera and shoot it. Son, I swear. And I know I upset people with that post. People were like, yo, it was 40 years ago. It was 50 years ago. Whatever. You know, who cares? Someone said, bitch, I care. What's up? You know, who the fuck's going to stop me? I'd like to see a motherfucker try. And like I said, I don't give a fuck if it was 150 years ago. It's upsetting to me. And I fucking the average person wishes that they had somebody that would go to fuck as hard as me when it comes about shit like that in their corner. I swear to you, because I will fucking kill you if you do something like that in front. There's a good chance I'll maim you, and you will fucking have to think about me every single time you wake up in the morning for the rest of your fucking life without lots and lots of reconstructive surgery. Anyway, as you can see, I really don't like things like that. And that's my mother. That's her. She made me like this. So that's why I want to get her on here and see why she made me like this. Why she made me love the animals and care for the animals and protect the animals. So, all right, everyone. I love you guys. Thank you all for your questions. Shout out Draco. I seen he fucking left a comment. Not a question on that one, but a different comment just while I was looking at shit. Draco's the fucking GOAT. Shout out Machine Studio, and shout out all you guys, man. I love you. I gotta go pick up these fucking kids from the goddamn skating rink. All right, I'm out of here. Love you. Bye.